Hello everybody, another video for you to watch, just to keep your hand in, or my hand in, for when we're out of lockup, and it'll be a little while yet, I think, I'm afraid. So I hope this helps a little bit with the boredom and the stuck in. So today we're going to make this card, which is a mail card, and it's an easel with a difference. So I hope you like this one. So to get started, I'm just going to pop that there, so it's in the background. So first of all, let's go through tools and other things we're going to need. So today you're going to need your heat tool, a score tool, a pair of scissors, a pencil, a ruler, some clear embossing powder, and some distress inks. And today we're using ground espresso, rusty hinge, and iced spruce. Unusual combination to put together. 2 sponges for blending, which we've got there, some glue, Macalal, or the tacky glue we'll be using, I expect, as well. I'll just pop that back upside down, and some VersaFine Onyx Black. Now the stamps I've used are Indigo Blues and Urban Decays, but you can use any male-ish stamp to do this. You can also make it into a female easily enough with changing of stamps and other things like that. So that's the tools, stamps. Just check. Oh, and a piece of paper. Mustn't forget the piece of paper to put your embossing powder into. So we need an A5 card base to start with, and then for the topper, which is the main topper, you need a 4.5 by 4.5 square. And I've used my 300 GSM card, which is what I use for everything. It seems to work for everything. And then I've put a stamp underneath here, and for that you need a 3.5 by 2.5 inch white piece. And then you're going to need 2.5 by 2 inches. Final one, where's my bar gone? And then your bar across the front there is 1 inch by 8.25. Now when we use each piece, I will remind you of the sizing so that we keep it all together with you. And now for our background paper. So the inside piece there is 7 7/8 by 5.5 inches. Excuse me. Then you have 2 pieces, and these are your 2 side pieces here, and they are 5.5 by 2.25 times 2. Then you have your piece for this piece here. Now on my original one, if I bring that back down and lift it up, I did the whole piece. I put a whole piece in, and then I realised, well, that was silly and a waste. You only need that top bit. So that's what I've changed now. So that top piece there measures in at 3 inches by 2.5. And then the piece to go on your bar is 3/4 inch by 8 inches. And that will go on there like that. So that's all the pieces, and the background pieces and the front pieces. I'm just going to pop these over there out the way for a minute while we do the card. So the basic card is quite easy. This is your ruler and pencil time. And what I want you to do is measure 2.5 inches from one side edge in. And just make a dot. Come down a bit and do exactly the same. That's it. Turn your card round and do exactly the same. 2.5 inches from the edge. Come down a bit. 2.5 inches from there. And now I'm just going to join them up like that with a fine line of pencil. Now if you're good with a craft knife and you're happy, you feel confident with a craft knife, you can just cut straight down with a craft knife. But I'm going to use scissors because I know I'm okay with scissors. So just pop it up, and now you're going to cut up that line. Remember, when you're cutting a straight line, you look at where you're going. Ahead of where you're going, sorry. So I've got my scissors there and I'm looking here. I'm not looking here. I'm looking up here. So that I can cut. And again, I'm looking up towards the edge. And the last bit. There we go. So now I'm going to use my rubber and rub this line out. So if you're using a craft knife, ladies, you only need to do the dots and use your knife with your ruler. If I'm honest, I started the video a little bit ago and got in a bit of a mess with my knife, so I decided to use my scissors. Bit of a coward there, but you know me, or you should do. So now you're going to get your scoreboard and we're going to score this in half now. So pop your card to the edge. That's it. And hold that there. And then we're going to score this at 3 inches. So I'm just going to lift that one up and hold that with my finger. Go down and I'm going to score there. Just on that one piece, not on this piece and not on this piece. And now, as you know, when we score, we fold with the bubble side in. So I'm going to fold that up there and just get my bone folder out so that I can just score that like that there. And then now you can turn it over and score that side. So that's your easel done. So it's fairly easy, not too difficult. Easy like this. So pop that aside now. And now we're going to do some stamping and heat embossing. Stamping and heat embossing. So we'll do the main one first. Let's just pop that. That's it. For this one, I want to use our stamp platform so that we can make sure we get a good print without worrying about it being smudged or doubled. So for this piece, again, 4.5 by 4.5 inch square, and I'm going to put it up at 2 centimeters at the top and put my 2 magnets either side there. And as always, I get it into position roughly in the middle. Oops, got that one stuck on there. And there. Now I'm going to use, undo your embossing powder first. And hold that there. So, as always, I like to stand and stamp when I'm doing a big stamp. And we're going to go over this with lots of little taps. Don't push your ink in. Just tap on the top of the surface. Make sure you get a good ink on his glasses because they are full ink. Now we press it down. I'll have to put my weight on it. And now I'm just going to do his glasses again because I want that nice and dark. And again, good push down. And I make sure I get his glasses. And I'm holding there a little while just for the ink to soak in. Lovely. Now I'm going to cover this in embossing powder. And remember, the more embossing powder you put on, the better finish you'll get. Tuck that in there. And now I'm just going to pop that aside, out the way. And I'm going to heat my heat gun up. Put my lid on the embossing powder first because that's bound to go over. So I'm going to heat my heat gun up, so I apologise for the noise. And I'm not going to leave it on the glass plate because that'll cause condensation underneath and wet our card. But what I do want to do is, once it's heated and going, is to do my glasses underneath so that I get a smoother finish. So off we go. So you can see it changing colour as you go round. Always put your stamping in direction of the light so you can see it change. Well, I'm quite happy with that now, so I want to do the glasses now. And I don't know whether you can see that, but that's a lot smoother. If I do his hair and put it closer to the camera, you can see what I mean. So now I'm just going to turn that round and do the rest. Now I'm just putting it into the light and just checking that I've done it all. There you go, and that's that piece with nice shiny smooth glasses. Leave that aside now, and now we're going to get our two pieces for the sides. And again, I will tell you the measurements. These are two pieces, 2.5 by 2 inches times 2, which is them two. And we are going to stamp this one. And this is a miniature version of our main man there. So pop that on. Again, black ink. I got an itchy snodge this morning. Make sure you get a nice bit of ink on his glasses because you're not going to be doing this twice. And I'm just going to pop that in the middle of that white piece. There you go, can you see that? And I'm going to stamp. These I'm not heat embossing, I'm just stamping. There you go, there's one. And again, make sure you do the good bit on his glasses. And now we're going to get this in the middle-ish as best we can. Leave it on there just a little while for the ink to soak in. There we go, two nice pieces there. Just get a wet one just to wipe these over as I change. And then this one we're going to be doing on this piece of card, which is 3.5 by 2.5 inches. And this is an airship. Again, with the ink, lightly tapping, don't push down, just tap, lightly tap on the surface. It's only the surface of the stamp you need ink on. And again, get this roughly in the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Handmade cards are handmade, not by a machine, with precision. Just thought I'd get the nagging in a little bit as well, so you don't miss that. Oh, bless. That's that one done now. So now we're going to stamp these two side pieces. And I need them over there somewhere. So now we're going to stamp on the two side pieces and this piece that goes in the middle. Now that piece is 3 inches by 2.5. This one is 5.5 by 2.25, as is this one. So now I'm just going to pop different stamps on. I've got 3 different sort of ticket stamps, so I thought I'd use them. And just stamp anywhere, just a few, just to try and get both of them slightly different. Naughty. I just put my stamp to my ink. But on these it's a little bit quicker to do that once you've got it inked up the first time. Just put half of that one on there. One. I'm going to put there, and then I'm going to put a second generation there, and again on the other side I'm going to put that way and a second generation there. That's that. And then this one and that one I'm just going to put a piece there, and then I'm going to do a second generation there. So that's that piece, and I think I would like to put just another one on this side and a half there, and then I'll do a second generation there. That's it. So that is all your stamping. So we've got the topper, the 2 pieces there with the faces, the air bus, and then we've got the 3 pieces to go on the front there. Now we will put them aside to dry. Make sure they're dry. And I will wipe my glass mat because it's all inky. And get my lovely ever faithful cloth. And just dry it off. That's that. So now we're going to colour our pieces. And rather than colouring with a sponge and making hard work of it, we do it the easy way. Now I want to do the main colour first so that you get more of the main colour on. Sorry, I just want to just put this down a little bit more so you can see. That's it, that's better. So I'm going to put some ink on my board. Get my water spray and just 3 or 4 sprays just to give it a bit of a, and then I'm just going to go in, but I don't want it all over, so I'm just looking at where it's going. And if I want a little bit where I haven't got it, I'm going to use my finger to smooch it like this. Okay, so that's that colour. The same with this one, a little bit on it, not too much because you're going to do 2 colours. And this one as well. There we go, so that's that. Now we're going to wipe this off and then we're going to smooch this colour as well, which is, sorry ladies, that was ice spruce first, and then now we're doing rusty hinge. It's quite a striking difference in colour, but it works. And again, water it down, get your topper and pop in where you haven't got a lot of colour. And if you see a piece that you can't, just go in with your finger. Pop that aside. I like that, that's come out nice. A little bit on there, and again, a little bit with your finger. And then there's that one done. And again, I can see, you know, where I'm putting my ink. There we go. Let's mop that up. It's out the way. Let's just dry that a little bit. Just bring them in so you can see them a bit better. Yep. So you can see how I've coloured them all. This one is a little bit too orange for me. So I'm just going to go in again with the ice spruce and only a little bit of water, so it's a little bit darker, so that I can cover up some of that orange. There you go, that's better. I didn't want it too orangey, it was too orangey. So now, sorry ladies, I'm going to use my heat gun. I'm only going to lose it on low just to dry the inks off. I can't say talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing this, because we are ourselves on video and watching. I do hope you're all okay, ladies, and coping. Doing things to help you cope, i.e. making these videos. It does help. Gives me something to think about. Turn it over. Gives me something to think about. My lovely ladies who I miss so much. There we go. They can finish drying off naturally. I'll just pop these over there. Out the way. I'll just pop that up there. Out the way. So hopefully these have dried. I'm just going to get a piece of, yeah, they're dry, that's good. Let's get the large piece as well. So now we're going to distress and mix it in. Again, this one was 5 7/8 by 5.5. 7 7/8 and 5.5. I will get it right eventually. Right, so with our sponge, I'm now using ground espresso. It's a little bit darker than, usually we use vintage photo, but I thought it needed a little bit darker just to finish it off. Now you'll notice I'm pouncing on my ink. Just sure this camera keeps moving. That's it. Pouncing it on the board and going into my paper, and then taking up some more ink that I've put on the board to carry on. Now making the corners just a little bit more than the sides. There we go. So that's one piece done. I'm going to do all pieces, so you'll get these videos at some point on YouTube, and I can assure you they won't be edited. What you see is what you're going to get, which is what you get every week. Why be any different just because I'm on a camera? There we go. That side there, and again emphasis on the corners a little bit more. Nearly there. That's that one. Last one, don't forget your bar. Make sure you hold it tight when you're doing, because it will be inclined to move because it's only a little bit. So I'm just holding it down in 2 places to get that bit. That's it. That's that. Now while I've got this out, I'm going to just do around the edges of my toppers. And again, this just brings it all together. My 2 little ones. So if you're wondering where John is, he's out walking. So I can do this in peace. Bless him. Two. There we go, that ties that all in nicely. Clear my board off. Over there, Eggy. I'll just roll your topper so it straightens up. So we've done that. We've done that. We've done all that. One last thing to do, ladies, and you need a spare piece of card. Let me just get a piece of spare out. And now you want your stamp board again, your stamp platform again. And you're just going to pop this in just on the top, because you just want a copy of the clocks. There's my ink. Oh. Amazing how you can lose things in such a small space. So I'm really just doing the clocks because I want 3 of the clocks to cut out. Let me just move that over a little bit so that I've got it. I'm pressing on that big one, that one, and that one are the ones I want. Let's just do that bit there again. That's great. That's enough. Pop that over there again. Notice how I stand up again. And now I'm just going to clear emboss these. And again, just doing the clocks. There's no need to do it all. Just tip that back in. Alright, again ladies, I'm sorry, a little bit of noise. I'll heat it up. That's it. So now I'm just going to cut these out, and as always, cut off the excess. You don't need it. It all seems so cruel, doesn't it? Such a lovely stamp. So I'll start with this one, and when I'm cutting out something, I put my scissors at a slight angle, because that way I can actually see where my scissors are cutting, and also move the card, not the scissors, and use the whole of the blade right from the bottom there when you're doing something round. That's it, that's that one. And now I'm going to do this one. And again, a slight angle because I can see my line. And using it from the bottom of the scissors gives me more of a circle than if I do it little by little. Last one. There we go. That's that. So that's that bit done. And now I just want to go around the edges with the brown so we haven't got any white edges showing. There's plenty on this sponge to do this. That's it. So now we've done that on our topper with our tacky glue. We're just going to stick these on, and a bit of glue all the way around, as close to the edge as you can go. Yep, it is coming out. That gives a good seal then. I think it's coming out. It is. Pop it on there so it matches. And again with this one. And at the same time. That's one. That's 22. That just makes the white shine out a bit more. And that finishes that off. I really like the colour of this one. It's gone really nice. Pin. Oh, look, my pin's right there, ladies. I haven't had to find it. So now we can assemble. Magnet there. So we'll start with the big piece in the middle, and we're using our collal. I hope you're enjoying this, ladies. I'm loving it. I feel like you're all here with me, and I'm showing you as if you're sat opposite me. May not be great on video, I don't know. I'll let you tell me that. But I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like I'm helping with our isolation as well, because it's not easy. Where's my airship? So for the airship, to put that in, I really need to put that at the bottom, and I'll do it along the edge of the background piece. Roughly in the middle, because this isn't for a look at the front, it's more for when you've got the card open, and we will put our insert there. So that's that. Let's put these down. Next bit is a side piece. Get it roughly where we want it so that it's nice and straight. Again, I'll get my old favourite cloth in and just put it down so it sticks it round and takes off any excess glue. Sorry, I'd put that one upside down. That's that one. Cloth, lovely. Last bit on the front now. Just a little bit up the top. That's it. I'm going to put that way around. And again, try and get your top levels the same on this bit. Right, that's that. Now, last bit on the... Is that the strap? Looks like it is. Yeah. Typical craft, lose everything in only a little space, and you can lose it just like that. There we go. I'll make sure that's lovely. That's brilliant. So now we're going to put our topper on. For that, I'm going to use tacky. So that it dries almost instantly. And I'm just straightening it up a little bit so it's not so bendy. And again, this one, I'd put my glue on this part because I can see exactly where I need it. And then pop it to the bottom. So it's got the same amount on the bottom, this side and that side. So you can use your card and then press it all down. So that's on there now. And then these ones I put at the top, either side. When I've put these on, I've thought about not making sure I don't get it over the edge of the card. Otherwise, you got to make a bigger card. Just take that glue off of that bit there. Doesn't matter that it's gone over there for when it goes down. That's fine. Let's put that one out of the way. Take the glue off of that corner and that corner, and I'm going to put that one there. And then that bit, yes, that's lovely. And then this, I used a couple of brads, if you've got any. If you haven't, don't worry, you can just put a black gem on it. In fact, that's what I'm... No, I won't. I'll put my brads on. I'll try and get some brads that match it a little bit. That'll do me. Up there. So to put my brad on, I need a pad. One of my flower pads. Now I had two brads there. I've only got one now. Oh, there it is. Gosh. And a pokey tool. My old favourite with the wooden handle. Go about an inch in, roughly in the middle. Poke a hole. Turn it round, and again, roughly about an inch in. Poke a hole. So now we're going to put our brads in and tie them up at the back. Let's have a look. That's it. Oh, I can't see. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, that's why. And that's that. And while we've got it upside down, we'll stick a couple of pads on. And I'm going to stick my pads over the brad bit there. Like that. And then that's going to go on. And again, I'm going to use a little bit of glue on our pads as well. So let's have a look, see where we can put this. Oops, off you get. There we go. And there's your finished card. Well, ladies, I hope you've enjoyed that as much as I've enjoyed making it. Love to you all. Bye.